Okay, well, this is the finished product, and I should probably tell you how I've done it because it wasn't just throw it all together and done. There's a lot to it. Okay, so the inside, I got 3 fairies, skeleton fairies, one there, and right there, and they're drinking tea and they're fortune telling. As you can see, I took one of my crystal balls, decided to use it for this project. And then here's a fairy with a Canadian maple leaf for wings. And another one. They're standing guard, watching out for their little place. And then I just stuck some sticks so it looks like there's just a tree growing below the lantern. So I'm trying to keep it as natural as possible, so it's still like realistic and magical. It's really cool, mystical actually. And then I did this guy, and I did some modifications with this guy. I had these arms don't bend and these legs don't bend. I had to cut them at the joints and then re-glue them. And then I cut his 2 fingers in the middle out to create that hand gesture. And then I went down here and I created these eyes out of the Halloween prop for glasses for Halloween costumes. I took the lenses out and I put them in holes, as you can see. And then I bought these cute little skeleton dudes, and then I just glue their heads behind so they look like they're peekabooing. And I just got a couple of pumpkins and some leaves. Again, the same leaves I used on these guys because I wanted to give it that natural look. Like if they needed to hide, they could blend with, you know, the natural things in nature. And then I did this rat. I spray painted him silver so he would go with the skeletons. And then I created this really cool leaf pattern on his back so he could protect himself in nature. And then my daughter found this really cute little bowl of carrots, and I figured, what the heck, I might as well just put it there for the little rat. And then I laid the leaves like that, as natural as possible, and then I just kind of glued them in place really gently so that they look natural, not just kind of glued and flattened. I want to keep it as natural as possible. Was the whole idea in this. And there's his tail, so you could tell it's a rat. And then when you go back here, I even kept the detail as much as possible back here. See, I glued his feet onto, so it looks like he's holding himself up and he's kind of just watching, standing guard. And then I created this really cool little curtain so I can access them if something falls over or I have to correct or fix something later. This roof comes off as well, but I'd rather not take the roof off. Originally, this was not a flower. It was just all cast iron. And I was looking at it and I was like, wait a minute, it looks like a flower upside down. So I figured I'd go with it. And so I painted it as a flower. And what else is there? What's going on in here? There is. So I wanted to create like a little story. So when the little children come to the house, the trick-or-treating, and they want to peek in, they can see, you know, like, wow, you know. So anyway, there's like a little teapot that my daughter found that she gave me. So, and it was perfect because it was black and white. And I was like, perfect. I didn't have to do any painting of any sort. So it worked out really, really good. And the light inside is a jack-o'-lantern light you put, you know, in your pumpkin. I just took it and used it for that. Really gives off that magical, mystical look. So that is the story. Oh, this is PVC pipe, and I needed it to match the lantern. It was too smooth, so I had to get textured paint, and it was the wrong color, but it didn't matter because I just spray painted over it. So it was textured white, and then I just grabbed the black paint and then I just painted over it so it matched the lantern, so it didn't look so off. And anyway, as natural as possible, so it looks believable. So I should probably go back here and give you a whole look at it. See? Ta-da! And that is my finished product. Halloween 2017. Trick or treat!